Okay, quick video here of the rear quarter windows. I told you guys I was going to be rebuilding and putting new hardware on. Got the glass cleaned up, but I was removing the brackets. This one here, you can see, is pretty crusty. This one ain't as bad, but it's still got a nice little crust spot right here. So I was able to get a hold of Andy, and he has these two brackets for me. So they're on the way, and replace these brackets and move on. Get these quarter windows installed. Get back with you. Okay, so here's where I'm at with the heater AC box. I got the clips and some fast etch, get the rust off of them. I need to put like a coating on them also, but this is getting pretty old. I've used it and used it and used it, so I went ahead and ordered another gallon of that, because I want to. I've always seen people just paint these, and it shouldn't be painted. It should have this coating on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna order another gallon and then pull this apart and drop this housing in that fast etch, and then to get rid of that rust, but it'll leave that coating on it. One other thing here, got a nice little crack here. You can see right that crack. So I need to epoxy that while I got it apart. And that's where I'm at with that. Get that epoxied, get that fast etched. This side cleaned up pretty good, and I did notice that it has some black paint like right here. I'm wondering if that's this factory, what they did to kind of hide it under the dash, because I know it sticks out a little bit from underneath the dash. So I'll probably replicate that and paint that area black again. But this side didn't have any cracks. Looks pretty good. All the foam is missing off of all the flapper doors, but that's alright. I got a kit to replace all those. Okay, that's where I'm at with it. Rebuild this heater box so I can get a new heater core and new evaporator in it, and all new gaskets so I can get this mounted in the car. Yay. So where I'm at with it, I'll let you know how it comes out. It'll be a couple days before I get the fast etch to clean that, and I wait for that to dry to epoxy it. So back burner again, back burner. Alright. Okay. Working over here today. Got stuff laying around. And get that back up, hanging up where it belongs. And I'll probably get some epoxy out, epoxy that. And I want to start working on this and maybe getting the carpet situated and cut where it needs to be. I need to pull the dash down and do the firewall installation, and once I get that done, then I could possibly start getting some seats in, because I do that. I force my hand. I put stuff in my way. That way I'm forced to work with it and get them out of my way. So I'm going to try to work on that. Maybe I'll get some space back by getting interior parts put in that car. And then this needs to be straightened back up a little bit, and I need to hook my compressor back up because I drug that up out of the basement yesterday. So it's finally in its spot. I already have the wire and the hoses ran, and I think I already have a breaker in there for it. I think it's already all set up. Here's the hose coming from it that will hook to my filter. But that's where I'm at with it. 10 pounds of poop in a 5-pound bag. Alright, I'll let you know how this goes, and I'll get back with you. Okay, quick video here for us 71 through 74 B-body guys. You buy these insulation kits, and if you've had your car for a long time and it didn't come with them, or when you remove them you didn't pay attention to where they go or whatever, there's no directions on the internet for the firewall insulation for air conditioning and or the kick panel insulation. So making a quick video here to show you where they all go after a little bit of testing and looking around. We know that goes there, that one goes there, then they got these ones here you wouldn't think go there, but that's where they go so that you can access your door hinge bolt. And then you got these. This is the passenger side, by the way, and it's got the opening for the screw hole for your kick panel, and then the opening for where your dash is going to slide down. Then you got this little Texas looking one here that goes right there by your gas pedal, and it's got 2 holes, but I think you only use one because there's no hole back there, and I don't remember filling a hole in. But then you got the one up here. Now when you get it, it's not cut out here, and that would probably be your area for your clutch pedal rod or whatever to go through, is what I'm guessing. No, I don't know, but no, I think that's where your clutch pedal goes through down here. What that is up there, I don't know, but my car didn't have them. It does have that hole, so I did pull that part off of the whole thing. And then you got that triangle looking one that goes back behind your emergency brake assembly. And then you got that little dude, and you know that one's right because the screw hole for your kick panel is right there. And then the same thing up here. You got the little square looking one that's got the opening for your door hinge adjustment. Alright, thought I'd make a little short video of that. I got my shifter and stuff in, got my carpet cut. I got to shorten it off up here, and then I got that big old roll of jute right there, or whatever you want to call it, for my insulation to go across here, because I want to insulate this. But I got some contact adhesive to put a piece across there, and it'll wrap down around this area here to kind of insulate that whole area. So Alright, just thought I'd show you that. I'll get back with you. Okay, now I had this insulation. Had a big roll of it for a long time, so I used it up here like the factory would have had it. Just to kind of insulate the air box up front. Excuse me. But went ahead and glued that top one on. I want to glue that one on, and then ready to put the dash back in after I cut a little bit off of the carpet up there. Alright. So I noticed the defrost vent in my dash had like cracks around through here and here on this side. So I went ahead and went and checked my spare dash down in the dungeon, and this one's in good shape, so replacing the defrost heater vents while I got this apart. Get back with you. Okay, a little short how-to headliner on a 4-bow in this 73 Charger. What I did first was to put the bows in their sleeves. You can see they're in their sleeves. What you'll find is the sleeves might be a little long in places. Another deal with the headliner that I got, the guy actually wrote front on it, so I know which is front and rear. Another thing is a center line. It's got a center line on it, so you can center that line to like that center hole there in the back, and that's where you start, is in the back. And you got your little wires that go on here for the rear to keep it from folding forward once you get up front and start tugging on it. That's what's going to keep it from the bows to push forward. You will have to trim the sleeve down a little bit on either side, because like I said, they're a little long in places. I wouldn't trim a whole bunch, just unbunch it from the center here. See how it's kind of bunched up, and then kind of cut over to where it's just sticking out. And if you need more after that, then you can always cut it a little bit more. But I'd say that'd be a good starting point. Where the rear one, you can see, is already sticking out pretty good, but it's still got a little bit of bunching going on here. So I won't cut very much off of those, maybe a 1/2 inch on each side. But anyways, that's what I'm gonna get going here, and I'll show you as the progress goes along. As you guys know, I had this car on a rotisserie, so I painted the roof, cleaned the roof, and sanded it down and painted it. And then I put my sound deadening up there too. So these here were loose from someone stepping on the roof at one point, so I did pull them out and rebend them and welded them back in place. But you might not have to do that. And then I re-seam sealed everything, so you can hear that roof solid. Alright, get back with you. Okay, so trimmed it down where it's sticking out on the both sides. And I'm getting ready to pull this forward where it's tied against the them little hangers right there. You can see they pop off whenever you start to move it. So I'll pull it forward and hang them tight, and then put my second bow in its slots, and then I will just keep doing that until I get it up here. Another thing is you want to pull your dome off your light up here. That way you can cut a small hole for your light to come out of. All right, get back with you. Okay, so pulling the first bow up, and you got your little wires connected to it. See? Let me move on to this next one. Okay, trying to do this one-handed here. So this is the second bow. I want my center line to be centered, and once I get that center line centered with it tight across there, you can see that this one is still not cut back quite far enough. So I will go ahead and use my razor knife and open that up a little bit more so that I got a little bit more tug room over that way. Okay, with it centered, now I got a little bit extra room there to pull it that way if I need to, or that way. Moving on to the next one. It'll have to be opened up also. I'll get back with you. Okay. After you get it all the way to the front here, with your bows all where they need to be, like I said, you got a little bit of adjustment here on the sides now where you can pull it tight and put your clips on. You got all these teeth up here in the front. What I did is just went here in the center and just put a couple. I didn't do the whole thing yet because I want to try to get it tightened up on the sides. Also, at the same time of doing the rear and pulling it back tight, you'll do the same thing and hook it to the little teeth in the back. But that's kind of the ideal, is you have your adjustments there. Where I think this one's a little loose, I might actually take it up another notch in the holes here, because I'm on my bottom hole. So I'll probably take it up one more just to see if it'll tighten it up a little bit. But other than that, I'll get back with you. Okay, so another thing you might want to check while you're doing this is to make sure all your little points are sticking down. Where, see, I got one right there that's not, and one right there that's not. So I want to get those bent back down. Just thought I'd show you that. That way you're not going through the same thing. But other than that, I put this up on one more notch up here. See, instead of the bottom hole, I went to the second hole, and that brought it back up tight against the roof. And now they're all tight against the roof. I'll probably have to get the steamer out and kind of steam some of this as I'm pulling it tight. But anyways, that's a start. I'm almost there. Gonna have to do the clips on the sides and just start tugging and pulling everything tight. Where like the rear, same thing. It's got the little teeth that you pull it tight to. All right, get back with you. All right, so after ordering some side clips, because I forgot all about the side clips, I ordered some, but I think they're a little too small, but they ended up working. But anyway, so after installing the rear bow, putting your hooks on, and then moving to your next one, trimming your sleeves down on each one as you're going. I got it all the way to the front here, and I put these two teeth right here in first, this one and this one. And once I got those two pulled tight with it centered, I came back and I started on this bow here and pulled it tight to this side. And then I went to the next one, pulled it tight to the side. And then the same thing here, pulled those tight. Then once I got all these sides tight with the clips on, I did the opposite on that side and went there, 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 and there. So once I got to like right there with the clip, I started in the center here and I worked my way out, pulling the wrinkles out as I went, and clipped them all the way to here. And then I did the same thing on that side. So then I went to the rear, and started in the center again with these two in the center, and then I worked my way that way, pulling the wrinkles out as best as I could until I got to here. And once I got there, I started with these front three, pulled those tight, and then started back around this corner and got those two in, and then I started pulling these 5 tight. Same thing on this side. Started from the center and worked my way out, and for the most part it's pretty tight in there. It's got a few little wrinkles, nothing major. This is from being in the box, folded up in the box. But I'm going to take the steamer, the Stanley steamer, and I'm going to just kind of steam all this and see if I can't get rid of some of those wrinkles from the fold. Either way, longer it's on there on some hot days or whatever, it should start to, as I got it pulled tight to each side, it should start to stretch those wrinkles out. Alright, just thought I'd show you where I was at, because I know almost every car I've ever owned, it's like people take these headliners out and they never put one back in. I don't get it. They're not that hard to put in. So stop taking your headliners out. And if you do take it out, put a new one in. Put you some sound deadening up in there and put it in there. Alright, just thought I'd show you guys. Alright, little progress video here. I got the brackets in and cleaned them up, and new hardware on the quarter windows. get ready to put a little bit of Loctite on those. Waiting for them to dry. I cleaned them off with some reducer, urethane reducer. Let them dry, and I'm going to put some Loctite on it. And that was a progress video. I got a mess in here. I got to clean up, but I got the headliner pretty much in. Just got to do my repaint the interior trim and put it in. Clean up the dome, chrome dome, and put it in. But that's where I'm at with it. Just kind of creeping along on it. I got the heater box, that crack that went through here, got it fiberglassed. It's good now. So I should be able to start putting that back together. Took the fast etch to this to kind of recoat it. And fast etch these to the door lock little brackets. But anyways, this is the evaporator motor. So just getting that cleaned up. But that's where I'm at. I'll get back with you on it. Okay, so this is today's journey. I started out working on the heater and air conditioner box, getting all the insulation and everything put on it, putting the evaporator in, bolting it up, and then figured out that the brand new heater core that I ordered from Classic Industries, $130, is not put together correctly. So if you just see here how the bracket goes directly up against the core, and then you can see how this one is away from the core. So that's what that side looks like. You can see how it's tight against the core here. But on this one you got this big old gap. And then I think they bent this the wrong direction. I think that's what happened. So that should go the other direction, like that. See what I mean? And then returned that tweaked. You can see it's in backwards. So it tweaked all this over where it's too far away. Must have been a new guy that day. But anyways, gotta send it back or whatever they're gonna require me to do. But it's unusable at this point. I had already started sticking my deal on there, hoping that it would work, but it didn't. It didn't work. So I gotta pull this phone back off. Yeah, you can see that thing's backwards. Alright, get back with you. Alright, so anyways, after figuring out that was wrong, I went ahead and tackled the glass in the doors Put that over here. Getting them adjusted. Putting my trim piece in here for the seal. That way I can get them all adjusted. I got all the glass adjusted up to the seals. My reveal line here. So the glass is done and adjusted where it needs to be. Both sides, rinse and repeat. Let's see. There we go. All the way up. Adjust it. They open and close pretty good. Got brand new foams on them, so they take a while. And then I ordered these end caps off of I forget the name of the place, but they don't fit either. I'm just going to use the old ones on there because with them on there, they hit against right here really bad, and it's hard to get the door to shut. So these seals are super nice, but these suck. Alright, that's where I'm at, just pulling stuff down, cleaning stuff up. Apparently these didn't come with the nuts for the back of them, so I have to get some nuts for those, quick nuts. And then I went ahead and ordered the sticker to go on the front of that because mine was all yellow. But I need to find some nicer knobs for it. And that's the wrong bracket for the rallye gauges. That's standard. I got the correct bracket on that one over there. Okay, get back with you guys. Alright, so this is what I got done today. I went ahead and pulled out the trim that goes to the inside around the windows and cleaned them up with some fast etch to get any kind of surface rust off, and then shot another coat of the Sims Black on them. And then I had to, because it's coated for it, black interior gets this area of the door black. I guess it's so that whenever you put your black, or whatever color the car is, if it's, you know, black interior, then it gets this. Then if it's green interior on a white car, then it would get green here, so forth and so on. But I had to tape it all off and spray some Sims Black on it. That way this white won't be sticking out from the black. And rinse and repeat. Same thing on the other side. And while I was at it, I had a couple scratches on my dash from years ago when I done this dash. I went ahead and kind of taped it off. I went ahead and sprayed some Sims Black on the bottom part of the dash there on the scratches. Anyways, so that's that. But anyway, that's all I've been doing today. Oh, and then I installed these trim pieces. And that's it. Anyways, so yeah, I got the trim clips around the front window, but I don't want to do the front window until I get that speaker installed. And I also wanted to redo the VIN plate while I got the window out, because I got the new Chrysler transfer sticker that goes on here. with the Pentastar. Then I got the back ones in also. Haven't glued the window in. Found my spacers. And I still have to put 1, 2, 3 clips on the sides here, but with new quarter panels that doesn't come with them. So that's why I got those rivets. Let's see where they at. Oh, got these rivets, and the trim clips should slide onto the rivets. Hold on a second and I'll show you. Okay, so the theory is that that rivet will go into the metal, and then it'll leave this little pin, and then that pin should slide onto them. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I got to put 3 of those on each side, and then I should be ready to start installing the windows. Get back with you. Alright, installing moisture barrier on the doors and the back part here, kind of how they was from the factory. Look, it looks like it's screaming. Ah! Anyways, I did tuck the plastic into the slot down here so that it drains off into the drain area. But I don't know if you guys ever worked with this 3M stuff. It's a pain in the butt, these strips. But anyways, got that done, and I can't put the rear panels in or the rear seats in until I put the insulation on the speaker cover. But I can't put the speaker cover on until I get some speakers to put in there. So I'll be waiting on that part. Anyways, Classic Industries. Every time I've had to return something over there, they give you a bunch of crap about it. Try to tell you you're ordering the wrong part, or you don't know what you're talking about, blah blah, this or that. And this is the second time it's happened to me, and I recognize the guy's voice, and he does have any customer skills whatsoever. So anyways, I ordered a heater core from them, like $130 for a heater core. But my car's got AC, so it's a different core. And I mean, you can clearly see the flange on mine is at an angle here, and then the one I ordered also angle. So it's the correct one, but it was messed up from the factory, where if you look at this one, the place where you stick your insulation on is facing forward towards the hoses. This one is bent backwards, so whoever put this together, they bent this the wrong direction and then went ahead and soldered it on anyways. In return, you can see it left a big ass gap right here, where the factory one, there's no gap. No gap. The new one, huge gap there and a huge gap there. It's like bend it the wrong way and then just force it to be where it needs to be. Big gap, gap, no gap. So in return, it don't fit. It won't fit in the slot. And I don't want to bend it or tweak it and break the plastic or anything. But then he sends me another part number. Oh, this is the one you need. And shows me a car that came with just heat. and then tries to tell me, oh, well, this one's for factory installed air conditioner. Yours was a dealer installed. Man, come on. Don't tell me what my car has or doesn't have or whatever. I think I know. I mean, I've restored the car from the ground up. And if you look on the fender tag, I forget what it is. H something. I do believe it is. H51. Is that air conditioning? Is that factory air? I think it is. I could be wrong. But I think H51 is factory air. Hold on, I'll pause you and find out for sure. Okay, yeah, I was correct. Yeah, so H51 was factory air conditioning car. And he's just trying to give me a bunch of crap. But apparently he said, oh, well, we don't want to send you another one because then it could be wrong too, and da da da. If we send you another one, you got to be responsible for the return if it doesn't fit right. And I said, no. If you send me the part and it's got a manufacturer defect, that's not my fault. And I sent you pictures of the defect, then you need to go and open up a box and look at it and make sure it's not defective. Blah, blah, this. Well, can I just speak with the manager? Oh, yeah, I'll get you right over to him. Bam, hangs up on me. So, Classic Industries got on my nerves today. Happy birthday to me, should I say. But I think, I'm not stupid. You know, EW1, white paint on top, white paint on the body, H5X, that's the black interior with the you know, I've researched it. A57 is your rallye package. C16, is that the manufacturing date on there? I believe so. But, oh, no, B09, that's the manufacturing date. So that would be November the 9th is when this car was built. That heater core has 6 of 72 on it, so that would be, and that would, yeah, be November 9th of 72. But anyways, a few other ones on there. That's the hood, blackout. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not totally stupid on my car. I think I know that it came with factory air conditioning. So, anyways, with that said, I'm getting out of the garage, go find something else to do because I'm kind of stuck until I buy some speakers. Get some speakers installed in the back there, and then I can go ahead and start putting my rear panels in, the speaker cover, and once the rear seats go in, then I can finally put the front seats in. Anyways, hurry up to wait some more. Night night. Alright, I think this is probably going to be a little how-to video. I'm going to put some 6x9s back here in the back, and anybody that has a B-body like this knows that you only got one 6x9 hole, and then you got this smaller one. I think it's 5x8 or something like that. But if you look, it's got holes out here that match the 6x9, but if you try to mount it underneath here, the cone's going to hit this area right here. So Pioneer has these adapters that come with the speakers, and I was looking at it. Hold on a second. So I was looking at these adapters that come with the speakers, and it's got these little areas like right here for the speaker to be centered into the bracket. And I believe it's supposed to go like this. But that's not going to work for my application. So I was looking at it, and if I flip the speaker over and center it in them tabs, you can see that it doesn't touch the cone. It actually it's out from the cone. Hold on a minute, let me get it on there. Okay, so anyways, you can see that it doesn't touch the cone. It actually puts the bracket out further away from the cone. It doesn't look like it on camera, but there's quite a bit of room there, so I don't think it's going to interfere at all. So with this, I think I'm going to be able to mount this underneath and then put some screws in from underneath. I don't know if I'm going to have to trim that outer edge off there or not, but I'm getting ready to test fit it and see. If I have to trim the outer edge off, then no big deal. But I think this might be the way to go to be able to fit your speakers in here without doing any cutting or anything like that. You know, where I could see on a 318 car or something like that they made, you know, 100,000 of, cutting this area out, no big freaking deal. But on a car like a 340 or a 440 or you know, big block car or 340 car or something like that, a rare 318 4-speed or something like that you don't want to tear up the sheet metal. So I'll get back with you on it. I'll let you know how this goes, and I'll probably give it a couple little step-by-steps on the way. Get back with you. Okay, so after breaking the tabs off of the bracket, I cut the longer screws down about that much, so that whenever, you know, because I got screws going in this direction and they go up in there, I don't know, probably about that far. The other screws were too long and would run into that screw. So I cut them down just enough so that they will not hit each other in the center, but it's enough really where, see, I got this one in and I'm yanking on it and it's shaking the whole car. It's not coming out. So it'll work that way, but if a guy wanted to, he could probably drill these holes out a little more and then just put a long screw with a nut on the back side of it, or, you know, put the screw through the plastic part, and then when you mount your speaker up underneath, you can slide it up on them. Them studs would be sticking out far enough where you can put a nut on this side. I just chose to go ahead and do it this way because I don't have any long bolts with the matching nut right now, and this is going to be fine. So anyways, with that said, the one speaker is mounted, and like I said, even a caveman can do this. This was so simple. These Pioneer brackets, they drop the speaker down far enough where it doesn't hit the metal, and they clear on the outside here. Alright, get right back with you. Okay, and just like that, speakers are mounted. Got plenty of clearance under here. Yeah, turned out nice in my opinion. I'm going for the factory look, so I won't be putting the grills on the top of the package tray, but a guy could probably do that. I mean, use these mounts and a little bit longer bolt like I was saying, and then you can put your covers on top of the package tray. But like I said, I'm not doing that part. I'm just gonna put the package tray on with the factory speaker holes cut in it, and I'll get back with you. Alright, got my insulation cut for the package tray. Cut out my speaker holes, and you see the package tray already got the cutouts for them. My package tray, I bought this probably 10 years ago and installed it in the car, and it was in the car for quite a while after I redone all my interior. So anyways, it was kind of scratched up here and there, and what I did is I just took some urethane on a rag and cleaned it up with some urethane, and then I just shot another coat of the Sims Black on it and got it looking good again. Alright, we'll get this thing installed. Alright, let's see what I got going on so far here. Got this rear panel in. Got the inside trim in there. Oh, you see the inside trim. Got the side panels on, cell panels on both sides. You see the inner trim goes around. Got the back seat sitting in. I don't have this buckled down yet because I still need to put the seat belts in, but I want to clean them up and dye them black before I put them in. And then my top panels here, I haven't put them in yet because I use that weld vinyl roof glue. It's supposed to be the best, and you can see they've started to delaminate and come off, so I'm going to work on that and get those glued back on before I put them back on the car. These are Legendary auto interior panels that I bought for it years ago, and same thing, it's just delaminating around the edges, and I'm gonna fix that before I put them back in. Alright, get back with you. Just moving forward. Once I get the seat belts in, the rear panels in, then I can go ahead and vacuum and get the front seats in, and then work on the door panels. Got them down, cleaning them up as they was dusty from being up there in the rafters. So I gotta get them cleaned up, and I gotta get my console cleaned back up, and so forth and so on. That's kind of where I'm at. Making a mess in here, so I gotta clean up my mess, re-glue those, and then I got the glass out there, rear glass out there. I'm gonna get it all cleaned up. Okie dokie. I want to get this interior put together, so once I get the interior put together, I can concentrate on other stuff, and it won't be long. I'll be able to take it for its maiden voyage. Alright, Get back with you. Alright, that's where I'm at with it. Got the lower door panels on both sides, rinse and repeat. Got the rear lower panels on. Back seat is setting in there. Still have to put the seat belts in. Went ahead and cleaned up the console and set it in. And then I got all the upper trim for inner trim or whatever for around the window end. The cell panels, trim that goes along here. A pillar, the trim that goes up here. Got my sun visors in, rear view mirror, everything bolted down. Alright, just thought I'd show you where I was at. Got the heater control installed. Just moving along. Woohoo! Anyways, yep. So I'm out with it. Waiting for the front speakers to show up so I can build a panel for it. Use the old speaker to make me an aluminum panel. Put them bolt inside there with a couple small speakers in there. The Pioneers to match the rear ones. But anyways, yeah, them should be here next week. So we got my Pioneers installed there. Alright, moving on. Alright, this is where I'm at with it. Just been working on this interior mostly. Got my skid panels. Well, I guess that's what you call them. Got the kick plates in. Got the bottom door panel, handle, window crank, and then on the back I got the lower and upper panels on, window crank, everything pretty much put together except for the seat belts back here. Oh, I got these polished and glued to the window. Rinse and repeat both sides. Taped off my VIN tag and got it painted in gloss black. I still have to, once it dries, kind of sand the numbers a little bit before I put my transfer sticker on. Console, it's pretty much in. I'll probably take the door off of that one because it shuts better, and put it on mine. That's about it. Really just kind of buckling up this interior. Got all these panels on, and these panels, and all the trim, and rear view mirror, and so just lacking a few things. I got to run the wire for the tail lights up through there. Got to connect a couple wires on this side. Then I got to clean up my kick panels. Clean them up. And then get the top panels on the doors. And get the kick panels cleaned up and put on. And then that's going to be pretty close to everything on the inside. I did clean this glass up. Got this rear glass cleaned. I still have to put the clips in And then I got to polish the trim that goes around that too. These turned out pretty nice. They were scratched up pretty bad, but got them all cleaned up. So that's where I'm at. Spent a lot of time digging for screws and whatnot. There's still a couple screws missing, and then I had to dig for body plugs, because you order a kit and you expect in a kit that you would get every piece, but you don't. It was short one large one for the inside and 2 of the 2-inch plastic ones for under the seat. So anyways, let me get out of here. Just thought I'd show y'all where I'm at with it, getting it put back together. Alright, night night.